Oh man, another data revision and another a bad day for economic data, and it just goes from
Any better? There we go. Sorry about that, guys. Just in a rush today. We had some new people come in and I had to train them, so everything's all over the place. I do apologize about that. Good morning, Anel. Good morning, Cornell. Good morning, Andrew. And thank you for the heads up. Hope you guys are doing well today. We're going to have a very, very exciting week ahead of us. A lot of things coming up. We have consumer sentiment coming up. We have CPI numbers coming up. We have bank earnings coming up, which we're gonna take a play for this one soon. I am very bearish on banks, right? So yesterday, I'm sure you guys saw the comments by JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, right? And this kind of gives us an insight here on what the CEO of the biggest investment bank is thinking. But see, this is what he exactly said. Now you guys have to set aside what's being said and think about this, in terms of am I getting the full picture here, or or what's the situation? Good morning, Angelique, how's it going? So all we're seeing is this, the highlighted part. Everyone is reporting it could be another easy 20%. But look at what he actually said here, right? Because this is not the only thing he said. He said, well, I don't know. Now, though it may have ways to go, I mean, it really depends, that soft landing, hard landing thing. So here he's talking about, he says, I'm unsure, right? I'm unsure. I need to know whether the economy is going to have a soft landing or a hard landing. The Feds have been pushing really hard for the soft landing, right? But he said, since I don't know the answer to that, it is very hard for me to answer, right? And this is what everyone has not been saying. You don't see a headline saying, Jamie Dimon unsure about where the market is going. No, all you see is this. But it could be another easy 20%. That's all you see, right? No context, no nothing. And the majority of the Furos and the YouTubers and everyone out there just clink onto this and leave the rest, right? And they're like, we're gonna die, market is over. I'm not saying we're not gonna drop. He's not saying that either. He's not saying, okay, yeah, sure. He's like, there might be another 20% drop, but I don't know. I don't know yet, right? So this is what he truly is actually saying. He's saying, I don't know, guys, right? I need more information, right? So, and then he goes on and saying, I think like the next 20% will be much more painful. In the first race, going up another 100 points, a lot more painful than the first 100. So what he's saying here is that continual raising of rates, one after the other, is going to have a tough effect on the economy. And that makes sense, right? Because the higher interest rates go, the more expensive it is for companies to do loans and stuff like that. So yeah, it makes sense. The more we hike rates, the tougher it's going to be on the economy. It just makes sense, right? He's saying because people are not used to it. Also, another good point is that we have not been hiking rates for a long time, or at least this way for a very long time, right? So, and of course, he's saying negative rates when all is said and done will have been a complete failure. And in that case, that would be true. So again, all the guy is saying here is that we're in a very bad position, but I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It could go 20% up or down, or it can just stay flat. He's saying, I don't know. He's saying it would depend on factors like soft landing or a hard landing. That's it, right? So I see a lot of people fear mongering out there, and remember what I always say: we are traders. We're not bulls. We're not bears, right? I had a bullish thesis for the long time, and we made good money off this in the group. You guys know that. Until it stopped working, and then I automatically turned bearish, right? I don't care. I don't need to be right. I need to make money, right? So I don't care. I have ideas, I have theses, but the second they change, immediately I change with them. No ego. Who cares, right? I only care about making money, putting food on the table. That is my goal here, right? So that being said, this could be, you could look at this and think, well, let's go bearish on banks, right? Let's buy puts immediately. And if you do that just off this, you might get screwed here, right? Even if you are right, the banks would have not gone down because of this only, right? Now, that being said, can this give us a glimpse into what's going on? A little bit, maybe, right? Because you would not suggest a possible another further 20% if banks are not going down with them as well, right? So this is one sliver of DD that I would do before taking puts on banks for Friday. This will be just a sliver, not the full thing, right? So first and foremost, yeah, this is point one. Jamie Dimon saying we might possibly get another 20% drop, and we can surmise from that yes, if we do get another 20% drop, it does make perfect sense that things are not looking perfect in his bank right now, right? So neutral to bearish, at best neutral, at worst bearish, right, when it comes to JP Morgan, which is the leading investment bank, if you guys don't know. So if it's not doing well, it goes to the reason that all other banks will not do as well, right? So that being said, let's jump here and look at what the charts are doing. I'm gonna ignore the futures and SPY for now because it's just bobbing around within range. We'll go into this, but let's just look at the earnings here for a second. Now, if you guys have seen all I did to my watch list, in case you're building a watch list with me, I just organized this. So now I have all my futures here in this section, all my ETFs in this section. I added today the XLF to it, right, which is the SPY, the finance SPY select fund. So basically all the finance related, usually mostly banks, components of the SPY, but just these bank components, the XLF, right? And I have here, yesterday someone asked about Lucid, so I added Lucid here to my EVs. So I have Tesla and Lucid now. Tech, I have Apple, Twitter, Netflix, and Microsoft. Semis, I have AMD. Now, of course, you can add Nvidia or anything you like to this list, but we're gonna build this watch list together. Like, I want to show you guys how someone can build a watch list and have go-to stocks every day, right? PayPal, someone asked for it. JP Morgan, we're analyzing it, so I added it to my watch list. Someone asked about airlines yesterday. DraftKings, right? So DraftKings, someone was in the stock yesterday, and I gave you some advice on it. I think it was Jay, and I told you, yeah, like I said yesterday, Jay, look at this here. If you're with us, it just kept going down. Like I said, DraftKings is not something I would not average down yet, and it broke the first support and broke the second support as expected. For me, if I was in DraftKings, I would absolutely run, right? I would get away from here. This is not, this does not look very bullish unless it can reclaim the support here. Big no-no for me, right? Angelique says airlines could be a good play. Angelique, I think airlines could be an excellent play. I think just I'm gonna reiterate what I said yesterday in the stream. I think now is the time to cost average long. Okay, what do I mean by cost average long? I mean it is time if you are a buyer for the long term, it is time to get starter positions and average as we keep going down, right? I don't think we're gonna go down. We're gonna go down, I think, but I don't think we're gonna go down a lot from here. I think the SPX is looking at probably between a 5 and 10% drop from the levels where we are right now. I don't think it'll be much worse than that. I think 20% is way too much, but we'll see. We'll see. But I think if you're someone who's thinking long term, I think now is an excellent time to start picking up stuff for 1, 2, 3 years from now. Now is as good a time as any starter position, and keep building as we go. But I agree with you, Angelique, 100%. I think airlines have been like beaten up way too much, and they are an essential product, and airlines are not going away anytime soon. So if we look here at the 1 hour chart for Delta Airlines, we can even look the 1 day. Look at this, just an absolute, like, this is just like, this is very bad. Like, this is, look at this, guys, like, it's just been absolutely beaten up. So I think we can expect a decent bounce on airlines soon, right? So yeah. Anywho, PayPal, I told you guys it will hold support, and let's have a quick look and see if I was right here. Yep, look at this. We drew these two support lines here yesterday, and it just spent all day yesterday within these two supports that we drew. Even pre-market, it fell through and then reclaimed it again. So PayPal, as expected, it held, right? But we do have a bear flag forming here, right? But again, like I said, if PayPal falls, keeps falling down, it's not going to be because of the news, the $2,500 fiasco. It's going to be because the overall market is going to go down, right? So if we are bullish today, which I think we might be, by the way, and I will go into that in a minute, but if we are bullish today, I think we can see PayPal probably reclaiming, the 6% that it fell yesterday. I can see it reclaiming it today, or maybe even by tomorrow. But anyway, overall, 5-minute chart here, we can see a very clear bear flag forming here. So just something to keep in mind. Puts could be a good play here. If it completely loses the support line, yeah, puts excellent play. I might even take this play today. We'll see. We'll see how it goes, right? So that being said, okay, so we went over this. Let's go back to XLF, because we have Friday, we have 5 banks. 5 banks, guys, reporting. This will be the official beginning of the earnings season. If you don't count the AMD surprise, or you don't count Nike, which most people don't, the official beginning of earnings season will be the end of this week, right? You have Procter & Gamble reporting today, I think, which will be a good leading indicator as to what's going to happen for inventories and industry specific companies. But for now, we're just going to keep an eye on the finance sector, because this is the juicy one. So the finance sector, if we go here, let's start with the 1 day, right? So we already have one piece of information, the JP Morgan CEO information, right? So he does not seem very bullish. Okay, so this is one point. The second point here is, if we go here and we see this is the pre-sickness high, right? So the XLF at the moment, right, is at the sickness high, right? It is right at it right here, right? And if you guys can see here, there's this nice gap here to be filled, right? We have not filled this gap in a very long time. This gap is from way back in November 20. That is almost 2-year-old gap, right? And we all know with ETFs, sooner rather than later, gaps will fill, right? But as we see here, obviously it takes time. So for me, my possible expectations, if we are bearish, right, and the chart does look pretty bearish, and we'll go into that, but if we go here, right, for me, this will be my first target. We're talking a $5 drop here. By the way, a $5 drop on the XLF is a huge drop in terms of percentages. Just have a look here. Yesterday, it fell 14 cents. That was a half-point drop, right? So you can imagine a full $5 drop on the XLF, what that would look like, right? We would make a lot of percentage gains here, hundreds, maybe it could be a possible 10x play here. Now, what does the chart tell me on the daily? It's very easy, guys, and I'm sure you might, like the keen observer or technical analyst would look at this here. Look at this nice cup and look at this handle here, right? So we have here an inverse cup and handle. Now, cup and handle is bullish, but an inverse cup and handle is bearish. Okay, so on the daily chart, we have an inverse cup and handle forming here. Pretty damn bearish, right? Very bearish here. So we have first point of information, Jamie Dimon not very hot on the market. 2, we have the daily chart telling me an inverse cup and handle, a bearish formation, right? And by the way, formations on the daily chart and patterns when they appear in the daily chart, very, very strong. Unlike the 5-minute chart, usually they play out more often than not. So something to keep in mind here, guys. So this is my second piece of information that's giving me that's skewing me towards the bearish side. And my third piece of information here, guys, is and gals, is very, very simple, right? Nike, horrible earnings, right? Huge inventory issues. AMD, huge revenue miss, right? And who benefits mostly from these revenues? Now, of course, the company itself directly, but how does this relate to banks? Very easy. Banks make money using fees, right? Fees, usually investment banks get their money from fees through transactions. They facilitate mergers and acquisitions. They broker big deals for these companies. So if these companies are not doing well, they're not very hot on money right now, they'll probably be using their services less. And by the way, this is the same analysis. If you guys remember last earnings season for bank, this is the same idea we had, and we went bearish and we made money off that. But for me, I think this time the drop will be a lot stronger if it does happen. So what I'm looking for here, what I'm hoping for a market run so I can start positioning myself for puts. So I am bearish. This is our first earnings season play. Or second actually, because we already have something for Netflix, but I am bearish on the banks. I expect it to go down. Keep in mind, like Angelique is saying in the chat, we have CPI, PPI numbers. I think PPI is on Friday. I'm guessing, if I don't remember correctly, but I know CPI is on Thursday, that's for sure. Because if I remember correctly, it's CPI first, then PPI. So if CPI is on Thursday, I think PPI will be on on Friday, but I could be mistaken here. We'll check it together, right? So again, I think this area is a good buy for XLF. I am hoping today we got a nice bull run. I would like to see I would like to get better entries, the best entries I can for the XLF here. And I will be going now the earnings are Friday. I will not be buying Friday puts. Do not buy Friday puts. They expire the same day. You are gonna get screwed on them, guys, I'm telling you. And also some of the banks, some report in the morning. I don't know if some report in the afternoon, but I would not get that because Theta will just completely destroy them unless you want to buy your puts or calls, whatever you're gonna do on Thursday, right? So if you're buying now, buy 2 weeks out, which is what I'm going to do. It's a bit safer, or you can buy a mix of both, right? So that being said here, let's have a look. Let's see if we have any trades today, right? So we have the SPY. So what is SPY doing here? We go to the 5-minute chart. We see here on the SPY a very quick and very obvious support forming. Look at this. So on yesterday's low, right, we had rejection here and we saw a big run up. This is the pre-market low as well, and then at the open we tested this and bounced quick, right? So far 3 touch points on this support here. This is an extremely important support line if it breaks, because this is the pre-market low and previous day's low. Extremely critical support. If it breaks, you can see it breaks and holds, so not just breaks. So we need it to break and then stay under it. We can see a big drop from there, right? So that being said, let's have a quick look at how our stuff are doing. We have Netflix from yesterday. We're down almost $60 on that, but overall we're up on the account, right? So we started yesterday $1,499 or $1,500, and yesterday we closed $1,600, so we got a nice $100 yesterday, right? We're down a little bit here because of Netflix, but this is an earnings play, no biggie, no worries. We're not gonna worry about it. Just let it do its thing. Don't worry, don't think too much about it. Let it do its thing. We have time for a reason on this. So back to our spy here, right? So it's obviously going to test this very important, very critical line. Stands to reason that it tests it, a few times. So we're just gonna pull back a little back here and see. I want to see where this line goes. Why did I draw this line? It must have had a reason. We're gonna quickly check on the 1 hour here. Nah, it seems that this line was drawn in error. I'm just gonna take it off. All right, it's I probably misplaced it. There you go. So by the way, 52-week low is right here, right on this trend line, right? So we can expect, if this support breaks, right, and we can expect this trend line to be tested. Now, TradingView sucks when it comes to showing trend lines, so I'm just gonna go on the 15-minute here. So we can expect a big drop here. And by the way, at the 15-minute here, we have an H pattern forming. Look at this, an H pattern forming here, right, which is a bearish pattern forming on the 15 minutes, right? You can have a look at the 1 hour here, see if we can get any sort of confirmation. Oops. So on the 1 hour, looking at it here, yeah, we also have the same H pattern forming here. So it does look pretty damn bearish here, guys. I think puts might be the play here. I really hope we get a bounce, because I want to get better entries. I'm not in any calls or anything like that, but I do hope I can get better entry for my puts. So Sandeep is saying, look at Tesla. Well, let's look at Tesla. Disappointment, man. Disappointment, Sandeep. As always, Tesla sucks. Tesla sucks a lot. There is a lot of buying pressure. By the way, I think Tesla is a good, because I keep bagging on Tesla, I think Tesla is a good long-term buy. I think there's a lot of temporary things happening in the stock right now, causing it to drop below more than it should. The Twitter thing, this is gonna go, guys, right? The failed deliveries, this is because of just like supply chain issues. Like 1 year from now, just think about it in this terms. 1 year from now, 2 years from now, what's going to happen? I think Tesla is like, these problems will just go. It is immediate. It is just short-term FUD. And I think Tesla really runs, especially with the EPS. If you look at Tesla's EPS, if you guys are fans of fundamentals, if you check Tesla's EPS, it is fantastic. It has the best EPS out of all existing companies at the moment. So as for technical analysis for today, on the short term, for Sandeep here, it's pretty much is mirroring SPY. Same thing. Look at this here, the support line. I'll be looking for this to break, right? And of course, staying true to its name and its volatility, we got a big, huge candle here, right? Probably mirroring the same thing on SPY. Let's see. Nope, SPY did not have a big candle. It is still fighting the good fight here with the support line. But if this support line fails, guys, I'm immediately jumping on into puts. Usually I wait, but for me this will be this is a major point here, right? So if this breaks, the next, I wouldn't say support, but the next little fight here would be at 356.9, let's say 357, which is the low, the 52-week low actually for the SPY, right? So yeah, let's just see what happens here, right? We're still obviously struggling with this. Like I said, we don't expect to lose this line immediately, right? It's not like we came in thinking that would happen. That being said, though, while it does its thing, let's have a quick look at VIX here, right? So let's see what VIX is doing, right? So VIX, it's still struggling above the line we drew yesterday, right? So we see here breakthrough, fail, and now another breakthrough. If this holds now, right, I think VIX jumps up a lot, and of course this will correspond with the movement to create a new 52-week low for the SPY. So we're starting to have some bearish things aligned for us here now. We're starting to see things just align here all in a row, right? So it looks like puts are in play today, right? I would love to see this 57 get taken out. If 57 gets taken out, I'll probably be jumping in puts. But the reason why I'm not jumping into puts right now, because look at this, it's still fighting. Bulls have not given up yet. And like I said, guys, the best case scenario for us here, since we are looking to take puts for the earnings, right, for XLF. I really hope the market recovers a little bit so I can get some nice juicy puts, right? But again, you know, no need to get very greedy. Even if it just keeps dropping today, I might start a position, because like I said, this is a $5 drop. Just look at this here. 20 cents drop is 5%. If you just want to know how big in percentage points here, if we do get a gap fill and the $5 drop, which might not be, you know, all in one day, could take 2 to 3 days, but you know, we can easily do cross multiplication here. So if 0.2 is 7%, how much would be 5? So that would be 5 multiplied by 0.7, right, divided by 0.2. So that would be a 16% drop. 16% drop in the XLF over probably a couple of days, maybe even a week, right? Huge drop. So even if I don't get a perfect entry, it's not the end of the world, right? Like, it's still a big thing. So don't deny yourself a good entry into a stock just because, you know, things don't look, you're not getting the ideal entry here, right? Since when you're dealing with time, with a long time frame, right, weeks or month, you know, don't nitpick with the little points here, right? So we'll still you know, both bears are putting up a good front here. We're still getting rejection off the support here, right? It looks like it wants to go down, right? And might be a good idea to maybe take a small position. We'll see, but I'm just gonna have it up and ready here, right? Because I think this might drop very quickly out of nowhere. So my conviction level in this trade is not super high, so I'm gonna try to get a very small position, because everything is telling me that we get a bounce. Everything is telling me that we go up, right? So let's just zoom in this here a little bit here. We know our 357, this line here, this is, I want to see a break of this for me to get into puts, right? But we do have a baby bear flag forming here, pole flag, right? So this could be a potential play here. Let's see. But if we get a break of this here, I think it's a good place to jump into puts. What? What you talking about, interactive brokers? Let's just refresh this baby here. Okay, schmoke. Let's see here. 1 day. No, thank you. I would like 3 days, please. Let's see. Ugh, 1 day is expensive. 3 days expensive. Maybe we might have to go back for the 1 days. Yeah. Again, problems with having a small account, guys. Problems with having small accounts. You don't get the entries, or you don't buy the options that you want, right? Just because you don't have enough money and you want to size appropriately, right? So it is the problems of having a small account. So far, okay, we are officially having a bear flag here, right? In order for this bear flag to be invalidated, I would like to see the support getting taken out, and then, you know, probably some consolidation above it. That happens, bear flag is done for. If not, you know, we see rejection of the support line and then a huge drop down. So we're going to see what happens here. Let's have a look at the components, and maybe this could give us a bit of an idea. So Tesla actually has a nice recovery here. Look at this. Tesla is recovering nicely, bounced off the support line that we just drew. Looking good here. Looking good, right? I would not get into puts for Tesla. And Tesla, ironically, the market is forming a bear flag. Tesla is forming a full flag, because, of course, you know, Tesla will form a bull flag. It has its own mind. It does its own thing. On the other hand, here, Apple is doing horrible. Look at this, guys. It is testing pre-market lows. If Apple loses this line, which we're gonna draw here, this one, yeah, this is gone. Yeah, the Apple is gonna take the market down with it. Not looking good for Apple. Seeing some pain on Netflix here. Yeah, who cares? Yeah, it looks like most of the components really are pretty negative today. It does feel like the market wants to go down, but we will see. I don't think Tesla will be powerful enough, or does have the same effect it used to have before, to pull the market up with it, unless we see like Tesla putting like real points on the board here. Like unless we see like a 3 or 4% gain in Tesla, yeah, I don't think Tesla's gonna do much for the market here. It might be fighting a losing battle. If anything, the market will pull Tesla down with it. Matties, what is your win rate so far? I don't remember how many trades we took, but I cut one trade short, so lost $8, or remember $12. Lost $12 on one trade. I caught it very quickly, but that was the only losing trade we've had so far in this challenge. Everything else has been working out for us. Does not mean it will keep doing that. I'm just saying, like, so far we've only lost on one trade, very small amount of money. So hope that answered your question, Mattis. Anywho, things keep looking more bearish and bearish here. SPY does look like it wants to die, right? Look at this wick exactly on the support. Does seem, does seem that the bears, are using this as an absolute line in the sand, no-go zone. They just keep projecting everything that, tries, anything that try actually go through this line seems to get rejected. So at least we know our support line is sound. But let's see here what happens. So far just testing the VIX. Is the VIX doing any better? Kinda, a little. Does not look too good, but does not look bad either. Keep in mind we do have gaps to fill. So we have this gap from yesterday and we have this gap from today, right? Does not mean they have to get filled today, but I think this line is going to be very critical here that we drew yesterday, 33.35, right? So if this holds, yeah, I think we see a big drop here. Looks like the SPY made some sort of move. Nice. Come on, SPY. We need this. Look at this go. Excellent. Beautiful, right? Remember, guys, we want the SPY to go up so we can get decent entries for our puts for later on, right? So this is excellent so far. Hope it holds. Look at this, like huge rejection. Look at this big wick right at the end of the support, right? Bears are really fighting this hard. Hopefully the bulls win this one out, right? So it's a good idea here to add an indicator, or look at the indicator that we had, which is the volume, right? So we can almost compare. Look at this. So this is yesterday's opening volume, big candle, and then little ones. Here we have stronger volume in comparison to yesterday, so the opening volume is a lot stronger, and a reason for this is actually something that you guys might have gone through yesterday. A lot of people did not have their cash settled, and yes, sure, this only is for cash accounts, small accounts, but altogether it does mean something. So yeah, a lot of people could not buy yesterday. One more reason I was thinking we would go up today, so a lot of people could not buy yesterday, but they can now. So I think this gives us some nice bullish momentum here. Sandeep, so many wicks, market seems very volatile. 100% agree with you, man. 100% agree with you. And that this is to be expected, man. You got bank earnings Friday, you got consumer sentiment Friday, you have CPI, you have PPI. These are huge market moving events. A lot of people do not want to partake. A lot of people want to wait and see what happens, which is a smart thing to do. So not only will you be seeing volatility today, you'll be seeing volatility all week, man. Like, you're gonna see a lot of volatility in the upcoming few days. Like, if it's not a bad idea, as a matter of fact, it is a smart idea if you want to sit out the next few days, right? So okay, if this candle closes like this, wick and failure, I probably might get in a put on the next candle, right? Because this would be like huge rejection, right? So I might get on a put on the next candle. My stop loss will be somewhere here above this wick here, and if it gets taken out, I'll be out. I'll be taking a small play here. Nothing major, nothing big. Yeah, look at this. We're getting a lot of downward pressure here. Let's see how this candle closes, and let's get ready. So yeah, $200 seems decent size, because like I said, I don't have a lot of confidence in a play like this right now. It's going down, and yeah, it took out the 357 level. Okay, I'm gonna have my order ready here, and should I jump? Screw it, I'm gonna jump. Okay, so we got a fill. All right, so we kind of made actually a new low here, right? A new 52-week low. Because if I remember correctly, the new 52-week, yeah, the 52-week low was here, 36.99. So we made a new low here. This is a critical area that needs to be tested. So I'm going to keep my stops super tight here in case this doesn't work out. I hate when TradingView does that. In case it doesn't work out. So yeah, if we see here rejection off this, I'll just immediately get out, take the small loss, move on. Plus 35% and puts. Let's go and kneel. Killing it, man. Killing it. Let's go. Nice. Very nice. Oh, we're down $17 so far. Not the end of the world. Still getting decent volume, by the way. Like, we are still getting decent volume here, right? So line in the sand for me here, a little bit above the support line. This support line gets taken out. I'm out with it. I would not want to be in this trade if this support line gets taken out. We'll just get out of it, lift the fight another day, no biggie, right? This is why we got in small size. Like I said, confidence in this one is not super high. So let's see what happens with this candle, right? This candle here, let's see. It looks like it wants to go up and test this here. Let's see if it will do that or not. See, this is why it's important to have the background music, because it relaxes you. And when you're relaxed, right, you can just listen to the music and calm down and not freak about it. Tesla pulled back quick. Yeah, because it's Tesla. It loves doing that. But no, I mean, like, look at this. I would not really call this a pullback. It's just overbought a little bit. People who probably got in here are just taking some profits, right? So this does make sense to me. But also these are yesterday's high here, right? So people are taking profits around yesterday's high. So it's not bearish for Tesla or anything like that. It is just an expected move. Now, whether pulls itself up and goes up again further, this is going to be extremely critical and important. But till then, yeah, man, just like this is a pretty normal move. It does not say scream bearish to me or let's buy puts or get out of Tesla. Like, again, look at this level here. These are the highs from yesterday, and people just took some profits. So that is very much to be expected, right? That being said, let's look at our play here on SPY. SPY, are you gonna be good to us or what? XLF is dying anyway. Does not seem like we'll be getting a better entry on our XLF. Might be time to nibble a little bit. I don't know. Looks like a lot of people are bearish on XLF. I think people are just gonna keep shorting this. We'll see. I have 100 Tesla. We'll hold them. Let's see if this go up more. Sure, but make sure you have your stops in place. Tesla is very volatile. Remember, we've been talking about this. Just make sure you have some nice tight stops on it, right? Especially if you're up. What did you get in SPY? I got tomorrow expiry 355 puts. If you can get something closer to the money, I'd recommend that. Yeah. My stop, by the way, Angelique, is above this support line here. If it gets taken out, I'll probably just go out with it. So we'll see. And I think we might get out soon because it looks like it might want to test it. So I'm just gonna prepare this here. I'll close just in case. Because if we get a bear flag reversal, might not even have time to put a limit order. Might just run. So we'll see. Okay, so far so good. Yep. Just keep dying. Just keep dying. Good SPY. Good SPY. So XLF making a little bit of a rebound here, which is good. Let's have a look at XLF options chain, but not now. Just in case, SPY decides to run a lot or something, we can get out. But we're gonna want to look at the option chain for the XLF. I want to see. I'm not gonna get something this week. I'm gonna get something for next week, right? Okay, still not doing much. And if someone wants to play the bullish scenario of this in case it happens, if we see a break and then consolidation here, this will probably go up and test the 21 MA or the 50 MA. So I would take an entry here and take profit here if you know, if that happens and you want to take the bullish play here, right? So looks like Tesla gave back a lot of its yeah, it's right at the first resistance here. It's retesting the after hours high. So I just if it does not reclaim this will be good for us since we're in puts. It will probably pull back and take SPY with it. Looks like Apple rebounded a little bit, but it looks like it's giving back its gains. We want to see Apple break this. Apple breaks this line here, right? It will take the SPY down with it. Apple holds this, then we might see a bounce on the SPY, right? So nice. Looks like Apple is giving up some gains. Looks like Tesla is giving up this gains. This is good for us. And let's see the SPY here. Yeah, the SPY is going back down. Nice, right? So our Tesla position is not doing so hot, but we don't care about it for now. We'll be looking at the SPY here for possible ads, or you know, either possible ads or maybe we'll take some profit. We'll see. SPY officially just made some new 52-week lows here, right? This is a critical point that needs to be taken out. If you are unable to break the 52-week lows, then you know it's just gonna keep going down further. So Andres has SPY dropping nicely again. Indeed it is, sir. Indeed it is. Let's see Apple here. See Apple held and bounced on this level, right? So this is not, you know, not too cute for us, because we might see the same thing mirroring the SPY. Angelique says, you have Tesla too? No, I don't have Tesla. Like, these are the positions I have right now. I just have SPY and Netflix. That's all I have. Definitely no Tesla. This was just answering Sandeep's question, because I think he is in Tesla. So yeah. Ooh, wow, look at this big candle here on Apple. Like I said, like, it would not be good if it bounced off this, right? And Tesla bouncing a little bit here, and not so much. SPY reacting positively to the Apple bounce here, right? So we'll see how this goes. 356.7 is low according to the hood. Maybe, I don't know. I don't think we've, like, according to trading view here, I'm pretty sure this was the low, the 52-week low, right at the end of September, if I remember correctly, and it does seem like we broke it. So I could be mistaken here, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. $356.7. Well, we got 356.5. So even if that is the case, we broke that as well, right? So let's see. As low and off the cliff it goes. Possible, right? But you have to understand, 52-week low is usually a strong point of support, right? It is not usual to see it getting breaking down immediately. But you never know, right? And hopefully, you know, the charts do not fail us and we see an immediate drop here. So going back into this, of course, Netflix keeps going down here with the market, but our SPY put is starting to do better. So we'll see. Still fighting the good fight. Wow, Tesla is down bad. Ooh, look at this. Tesla just falling off the cliff, right? Apple. Ooh, nice. Apple finally broke the support. Excellent. Okay, hopefully it just keeps going down more, right? So next support for it would probably be yesterday's low, if it's able to break this, right? We don't want to see this situation here where it wicks and closes above. we want to see a close below the support. This is the best case scenario for us, right? Netflix looks like it gave back yesterday's gain and then some. This would be a good entry, guys, if someone wants to get in Netflix and they couldn't get in yesterday. Today would be a good place to get in. Right at this level here, the 220 is an excellent entry for the earnings if you guys are bullish. But yep. And it says new low on SPY. Yeah, we finally got a new low on SPY here. Nice, finally started turning baby green here, right? So far so good. Nothing to worry much about. Do keep in mind the 5-minute is pretty oversold here, so we can expect to see some sort of bounce. Let's see how the VIX is doing. VIX is doing all right. It's still struggling with this level here. It's been struggling with it for the past days. Like, look at this two peaks here, right? We have the two peaks here at 33.94. It has been unable to break through these. We need to see a break through these for a continued run on the SPY. So the first good thing, the first good bearish sign that we had here for the SPY is that it seems to be able to hold well above this line finally, and it has been struggling holding. As you guys can see, it's been struggling to hold this line for a while. So this is the first bearish acceptance we see here. The second bearish acceptance I would love to see is, this is, we saw here rejection. I would like to see some acceptance above this line finally, right? Which would signal, like major bearish movement for the SPY, right? Okay, we see here the SPY starting to fall. J Smooth says, let's go, baby. Anel said, damn, should have left those puts run, exit way too early. 100% wrong. You did the right thing. You see 35% gain at the open. You take your money, you run, man. You run. You take your money, you run. You don't look back. 35% in the first 5 minutes at the open. Excellent job. No, you should not have. You can keep runners if you want to avoid this problem in the future. Buy multiple contracts, trim and keep runners if you want. But I would not recommend anything beyond that. 35%. So nice. Can go broke taking profits. Well said, Andrew. Well said. Andrew said it perfectly. You can only your account actually can only go up taking profits. So we're up $10, $13 on this SPY put we got. We almost touched $20 here. With $20 will be a 10% gain. Looks like the SPY. Whoa. Nice. Like I said, guys, remember, so this is how, like I said, we lose this one on Apple. Apple will take the market below with it, but it has this resistance here and it's gonna stop. There you go. Look at this. Look at this immediate rejection. Why? Like I said, we have some resistance here. It was yesterday's low, yesterday's high, pre-market low, pre-market high. Always key resistances and supports, always something to look for. So I would keep an eye on them. Look at this huge bounce on Apple, right? So let's see how the SPY reacts to this, and it's reacted the same way, right? It just went up a little bit here. So yeah. So again, so far, nothing really major going on here. We can expect, by the way, a little reset of the charts here because the RSI is ridiculously oversold. So you might expect, like a little bounce back to reset the RSI and a drop further. We'll see. But so far, we are setting new 52-week lows. This is basically uncharted territory here. Yeah, it does seems like the market is expecting pretty damn bad earnings for all the upcoming plays. And yeah, we're up 10% here on our little SPY put play, so that's always nice, right? Think we might want to place a stop soon here because I think we get a little bit of a rebound. We'll see. And hopefully we might be able even to get in on some XLF puts for earnings, right? Now it's very difficult to know whether we get like a huge 3% sell-off day here or not. I have no clue actually. But like I said, this is uncharted territory. It is not a bad idea to take some profits. Only problem is I got one put, so I can't really trim and leave a runner. So I'm kind of stuck with it here. But yeah, so far we're making some decent gains here. So I'm gonna just place a stop at, let's put it 2.4. Yeah, 2.4. 2.4 seems okay. And if it gets hit, it gets hit. If it doesn't get hit, awesome. So, but at least, we're gonna make sure that, no rebound will screw us here, right? Always protect yourself, guys. Always protect your money. Always protect your profits, right? What makes this go away is a lot of little D's, right? So, protect yourself, under all costs. And this is a decent drop here, so we can expect a rebound. Look at the RSI on the 5 minutes. It hit 20. This is extremely oversold, right? So we'll see. It could be one of those days where just like you get a little rebound here, which is just consolidation on the chart, and then it keeps going up, down, and up. Happens a lot, actually. If you have a 3% down kind of day, you can expect stuff like this, right? So yeah, it looks like our stop might get hit here, right? So it's okay. I'm happy. I'll take the profit. We'll see. Truth, I have learned and calmed my anxiety so much in the last 3 to 5 live sessions. I appreciate you doing this. And Cornell, my man, I appreciate you saying this. It really does mean the world to me, man. Thank you so much. It just makes all this worth doing. So thank you so much for the kind words. And I'm extremely happy that you're making money and you're calmer, while trading. This is just like absolutely beautiful. So I'm very happy for you, man. Our stop got hit, right? No biggie. We made $20 off this, off a $200 play. That's 10%. 10% is nice. 10% is good, right? So we'll be looking for more entries here if they do present themselves, right? But I'm not gonna chase at this level. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna monitor these a little bit. Look at this. Look what happened, guys. Another rejection here. Another damn rejection here off the VIX, right? Same old, right? Rejection here, and we got a rejection here. So this is important. This is why we always monitor the VIX, right? It is not the end all be all. Does not mean the VIX is not gonna go up again. Actually, it might, and this is what I'm hoping for, because we remember, guys, retest, right? So this was the first rejection. It might just blow through this and go up. And this, if I see a blow through this and consolidation above here, yeah, time to get into some decent puts, right? So let's see if XLF is giving us an entry. Still no. I might start nibbling here. Let's just have a quick look at the options chain, while this happens. So options, XLF, press enter. I did options chain. Okay, so we have the Friday 14. If you guys want to do this, it's up to you. I really don't recommend it. It's gonna be same day earnings. Of course, you make a lot more money, but I think there's a bigger, play here. I think the gap fill might come into play, and I think it's a good play. I think it's a good decent play here. And look at this, like it's dirt cheap. One contract is $60 at the money for puts and for calls. So whatever way you want to go with this, I really would recommend getting something at the money a week out. There's no need to get something far out the money because it's expensive, right? So this works for small accounts and big account. Looks like it was good that we placed a stop here, because it seems that the market bottomed out for now. For now is the keyword here. Actually, this could be a nice entry for a pullback, right? So I personally, and this is just a butt guess here, right? This is my butt feeling. I think we bounce off this, because I don't know. It just seems weird to me that 52 weeks low get taken out like that. Usually it's a major support line. I think we see some consolidation here at least. But just a gut feeling. Technicals do not support that. Technicals say more death. So we'll see here. We'll see if experience wins out or technicals. I will go with technicals any day here. But yeah, let's see if we can get some nice entries here for XLF. So XLF 30 here at the money next week. We can start nibbling here. We can definitely at $60 a contract. I for sure can start nibbling here. How much do I want to get? So for $1,500 for earnings, I would do $300 at most, maybe even less. Do maybe 50 50%. Let's get one contract here. I'm gonna get just one contract, okay? So submit my bid at 60 and let's see if I get filled or not, okay? We got filled. Excellent. So this is our second earnings plays, guys. So first earnings play is Netflix and which is down, and XLF for what's coming here on Friday, which is 5 bank earnings. So yeah, I got not this week, the week after puts at the money, right? 30 put. So we're at 33.3 here, right? So until, by the way, like this is kind of a earnings hedge in itself, right? If the market drops more, then this put will print. If the market goes up, then we recover a little bit on this call. So things will start balancing themselves out here, sort of a, you know, like inadvertent hedge that happened all its own. But yeah, till then we're waiting here, right? Nothing nothing major happening. Okay, so we're seeing some equal sized candles here. That's going to be important. And again, you look at the volume, you want to know if something has good volume or not. It's pretty easy to just pull back the chart here and you compare this volume here at the open to this volume here at the open, and we very clearly see that today has more open. As a matter of fact, we're getting more volume now than we are at the open. So yeah, I would say things are happening today, right? Remember, volume precedes price all the time, right? So we might get a little bit of a consolidation recovery here for a reset for the ISI, and then we might see a further fall down. So we'll see, right? We'll see. Andrew, first show I've joined. Good stuff, man. Welcome, Andrew. Welcome. Very glad you decided to join us. And by the way, like, we're just getting our stride here. This is just like the first few shows. The first time I do this, first time I trade live, which adds a little bit to my anxiety. But we're getting used to it. Every show, we try to improve it, right, more and more. So if you like this one, you're definitely gonna love the next ones. Is this lo-fi girl music? You know it. Yep, lo-fi girl. I love lo-fi girl music. It just is very calming. I missed the original playlist before it got taken down. But yeah, like I absolutely love it. It's very relaxing. I like trading to it. There is other music that I like trading to, which a bit are not lo-fi whatsoever, but we'll definitely get copyright stricken if we do. So my next best choice here is the lo-fi girl. Great choice. Thank you, man. Because it's just like, it's, you want to be calm, you want to trade, you want to take like reasonable choices here. So anyway, look at this. This is what I was talking about. RSI is curling up and we did not really move in price here, and you see this happen a lot, especially in the past few months, where price is not going anywhere and the RSI just keeps creeping up, right? So let's keep an eye on this. Let's see what happens here. Let's have a look at Mr. VIX again. It's consolidating under this a little bit, could be preparing for a big move up, right? XLF down slightly, nothing. Tesla, shit show, as always, right? As always, Tesla, the king of volatility, big move up, big move down, right? Apple's okay. Apple looking beautiful here for puts. It is, like I said, look at this, guys. Is yesterday's low, and where are we struggling now? At yesterday's low. So if this fails, we get a big move down. Just an important thing to keep an eye on here, this nice bear flag forming here, right? Twitter not doing much as expected because, you know, because of the deal pending and all this stuff. Netflix, huge drop. Wow, it just gave back yesterday's gains and then some. This is a big drop. I'm still gonna keep my call. Nothing really changed here, but this is ginormous, huge drop here, and it is right now sitting at major support. Just something to keep in mind here. So this line here, now, if this line here gets broken, I might reconsider keeping it. It will be a big loss, but rather a big loss at 50% than losing the whole money. So we'll reconsider. We'll see once we get there. But for now, this is the situation here. Just huge selling pressure. Microsoft, let's just go back to 5 minutes here. Microsoft, a little bear flag forming here, nothing special. AMD still holding the region that I spoke about yesterday. Look at this, guys. What did I say? The once you pass in earnings during earnings season, for the most part, the worst is behind you, right? Look at this. We have been consolidating all day yesterday, right? And we've been consolidating here still today. Might go down, we'll see, but so far we're still stuck in this region here, and my best guess is that we'll just keep stuck in this region because, you know, even though earnings are still not out yet, but we sort of had a preview of the earnings, so probably the worst is behind us now. Okay, so JP Morgan here, down, yeah, just following the market really, honestly. PayPal, yeah, like I said, we lose this one. We can see a nice drop here, just again following the market, same pattern. So if you guys took puts here, would have paid. just ignoring the market, a little bit up. DraftKings, ouch, another 10% today. This is what I was talking about yesterday. This is literally what I was talking about. You lose this was major support, and you lose this and you see a big drop here. So not only did it lose its Amazon pump, it just went down a lot more, also because of this trend line here. So this is what I was warning about. Like specifically, I said DraftKings, you don't want to average down. You want to wait and see what happens here and then average down. Hopefully Jay got out. Hopefully he's okay with this, so we'll see. SPY rebounding again, confirming that it was good that we got out of puts, right? So you know, this is why we always book profits, because you don't know what's gonna happen, right? So but good thing we got out here, right? So XLF, very small contracts, are not really affected that much. Netflix not really recovering that much. We're gonna need to see like an overturn here in order for Netflix to recover a little bit, because it is down a lot compared to the market, right? So compared to Microsoft, only down 1.5%, compared to Apple 1.1. So Netflix should have been down 1 to 2% here if it was relative, but no, it is relatively very weak, right? It's always good to be honest about our plays, right? We can't lie to ourselves and justify this and think, hey, you know, this is excellent, you know, like no, it's gonna rebound, it's gonna come back to life. It is good to accept reality, and if it's a bad play, admit it and cut it as soon as possible and move on, than just doubling down. So it's now will be good time to have a quick look here on Twitter and see if any news came out with Netflix, because it does seem a little bit abnormal. I don't see a reason why it would drop that much on its own unless news came out, right? So let's see, is it news or is it just people freaking out? Maybe people want to get out before earnings, maybe someone knows something, maybe they're trying to freak out the market, or maybe someone knows something bad, you know, we'll see. So we don't care about this, I don't care about that. Let's see the latest here. Let's see what people are saying. Netflix 370 still dropping. Looks like this girl was short on Netflix. Good for her. Quick scalp, more alerts, dropped 5%. Bounce at 2016 or that. I agree with you, man. This is the line we drew on our charts. Netflix is 24.3. How easy it was risk free. Okay, does not seem any news here. Otherwise, people will be saying, you know, something happened. It just seems to be you know, a normal drop. I mean, not normal, you know, relatively normal. So we'll just keep an eye on Netflix here, right? So the move here will be just to keep an eye on Netflix, monitor it, monitor this line. See, that guy had 216, we have 215.8. So we'll just keep monitoring here. We'll see what happens, right? It's recovering a little bit here, and it does seem like SPY has recovered a teeny bit. Yes. Nice. So we got out at the bottom, guys, and like I said, butt feeling said we're gonna go up a little bit and test it, and the butt never fails, right? The butt never fails, because again, it doesn't make much sense to me for us to immediately just drill down when we're testing 52-week low. At least like one retest, which we're getting now, like at least one, right? 52-week lows, 52-week highs, major supports and resistances, right? You don't see it slice through it, right? This is why I placed a stop loss. I was worried, right, that this might happen. This is why I said my confidence in this play was not super high. But we made $20, 10% off it, so pretty happy with that, right? And right now we'll see. Are we gonna get an entry here? Is something gonna happen here, or what? Can I start adding more to my Excel apps, right? Now the answer is no. Why? Because like the price difference is $4 so far. Not, I don't see anything that would make me add here, honestly. Like we don't now have a sharp move up or sharp move down, so why add at this price, right? I want to see that XLF up above the support line here so I can add more. But till then, nah, like nah, I'm happy with the one that I have. I need something substantial to add more. I am looking to add more, but we still have 3 days till the earnings. Doesn't have to be today, doesn't have to be tomorrow. Whenever we see an opportunity, we're gonna add more. And right now we're in the play, right? We have we have something, right? We're not just sitting on the sidelines watching. So we'll see, right? We'll see. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are thinking right now, do I average down Netflix if it's gonna go up anyway? The answer is hell no. I want to see what's happening here, right? I want to see where this ends, what happens to it, if it holds the specific line or not, right? And from there we can reassess. But till then, no. I'm just watching here. I am just an observer, right? So VIX seems to have failed. Yep, third rejection here. The resistance line that we drew 2 days ago. Another sharp rejection. Sorry about that. Rejection here, which obviously corresponds with the SPY move up, right? So, and the 52-week low, if you guys remember, was 356.9, 357. We said almost. So we're seeing, here in this area some fighting between the bears and the bulls, right? But yeah, now here's something just to keep an eye on. This is important. Now we have a little trend forming here, right? And this is important, right? This is why a lot of people just sit out the open, right? They wait for something like this to happen, right? So I could do this here, a little trend line, and I can draw this trend line here, something like this. Look at this, just aligns beautifully here, right? So this will be my little trend line here, right? This comes up all the way from pre-market. Now sorry, not from pre-market, yeah, from the open here. So we have at the open here, and with just this a little bit, yeah, now it's perfect, right? So I would be looking at this line. I would look for a breakthrough for bullish movement, or of course, just rejections here and it going down, because our MAs are not going to be helpful. 21 MA, 50 MA, 200 MA, pretty still far off, so it's not really going to be helpful for any sort of decision here. So I'll just wait this out. I only have my trend line and my candles, so we're gonna see what happens, right? But remember, every time this gets breaking down, this is a new 52-week low, uncharted territory here. So it is very important to just, if you're taking a trade today, to be very, 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 very observant. Keep an eye on it, right? Because you can see very volatile sudden movements out of nowhere, right? So it looks like it's gonna try again here. Let's see if we have our trend line correctly. If it does, we see at least some resistance on the test here. If it does test it, right? So let's go back here. Tesla just looks like it's just consolidating here. Yeah, Tesla pretty sideways today, extremely volatile as always. Apple just recovering a little bit, went back to retest this support here, which is good. Again, just it looks so far, this looks like a move from yesterday, right? So if it breaks through this, we'll see a big move and consolidation above it. Netflix not doing so hot, looks like it just broke through this line. So wow, Netflix just like absolute sell-off. Like this is like, look how oversold this is. Like what we're almost the RSI is almost 10 here. This is an absolute like massacre on Netflix. Wow, there must be something. Like I'm pretty sure maybe someone will come up with some like pretty bad news soon or something, because I think someone knows something here. This looks pretty damn bad. Is supply and demand reliable zones during this kind of situation? Demand and supply zones always reliable, always very reliable. One of the best tools you can have in your arsenal as a trader, right? Because they pretty much like they are extended zones of support and resistance, right? It's just a bigger, thicker support and resistance. So yeah, specifically in these situations, specifically with something that like Netflix, right? You want to see demand zones here, or supply zones in this case holding up well, right? But yeah, Netflix looking pretty bad. We're almost down 50% on our position so far, which is not too hot, but it is what it is. So we're just, it's still testing this line and looks like it held well. So we're gonna keep monitoring this and see what happens, right? What else here? What else? Apple, Tesla, not doing much. VIX, not doing much. Nice rejection here. Sorry, nice bounce off the 50 MA. So we had here a first test at the 50 MA, went up, could not break through the major resistance, went back, tested the 50 MA again, held nicely, bouncing up, right? So it could go up here and test this line again, which would be nice, right? SPY making the corresponding move down here, looks like it. So we're gonna wait and see what happens. We're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Guys, by the way, if you have not liked this video yet, it really does help me a lot. So if you're watching this, please press like, and if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe. It does help push this video up the algorithm, right? So we can get more views. So if you're watching now, please if you press the like button, it would really help me out a lot. So thank you so much. Let's see here. A little bit more consolidation here. So as expected, like I said, 52-week low being broken warrants some retesting at least, right? So we're just waiting here to see, will this trend line get respected? Will the VIX break through the resistance? These are all things to just keep an eye on, right? Netflix making okay, so far holding this. So looks like, yeah, to the T actually, right? If you look at this here, so it looks like our support was better than that guy's support, so good for us. But at the end of the day, it looks like he was in puts and when we were in calls, so good for him overall, right? He definitely takes the win on this one. So but yeah, let's see what happens here. If this support holds or not, right? This will tell us whether we cut this, we keep this, we maybe average down, we'll see, right? So still no rush here. We got a lot of time on this. We got a few catalysts up our sleeves. Delta falling with the market here, like it just, I don't know, for some reason it was up a lot pre-market, but now it's just pretty much following the market. Nothing important here. DraftKings looking ugly, but again, we see a little curve here, so it's holding up a little bit. AMD, Netflix, nice bounce, good boy Netflix. Tesla back green again. Apple looks like it climbed over that support. Yep, climbed over that support. Yeah, so things are turning to be a little bit bullish. It does seem like either we have a big bullish day, or more likely we have just a consolidation day. But as initially, like I said at the beginning of this, it does not feel like a particularly bearish day here to me. So maybe sideways, definitely will be very bullish if this, if we keep getting rejected off this line, it's just gonna knock SPY back down here. We'll probably fill the gap from yesterday, the VIX. But yeah, like if VIX is unable to hold these lines here, because you have the 50 MA to 200 MA right below it here, you blew through this, you're probably gonna look the testing 200 MA. Below that immediately is the gap fill, so would not be a very good look for SPY here. And yeah. Ooh, nice. Look at this. See, look at this, guys. Look at this. Look at our trend line. What did I say? Look, wicked exactly on it, right? So Things like this confirm and help you know that you have the correct support, you have the correct trend line. When you see it being confirmed, when you see something happening, when you see it testing and rejecting off it like this, right? Now it can just blow through this. I'm not saying it will not happen. I'm just saying this was a correct trend line. We drew it correctly. Yay us, pat on the back, right? Now we have to look at this line. If it breaks through this line and keeps going up, we will see we're gonna see some bullish momentum here and calls will be in play. If we see a rejection like we're seeing now and candles keep opening below this line, then puts will be in play here again. And yeah, but now this is good. Now we have direction. Now we have something to trade off. Under this, puts above this calls, right? So we're gonna keep an eye on this. We're gonna see what happens here. What's VIX doing? VIX still retesting the 50 MA, right? So that's something. I'm probably gonna end the live stream here because we've been streaming for an hour and a half now. But if you guys have any questions or anything you'd like to know before I leave, please do let me know. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe. Like the video. If you're not in our Discord group, which is free, you guys really are missing out. I'd really recommend it. It's an excellent group with some really nice, knowledgeable people in it. A lot of them more knowledgeable than me, so you do have a lot to learn if you do join this group. Yeah. Thank you, Angelique, for joining us as always. Yeah, I'll definitely see you in Discord. So I don't think anyone has any questions here. So yeah, we're just gonna end this here for today, and I'll still be trading. So I'll see you guys in Discord. I'll be there in a moment. And yeah, just hope you have a green day, guys.